Hello YouTube, it's Vdeogamer, and this is the how to draw video game characters tutorial. And for this tutorial, I'm going to be drawing a character from Final Fantasy called Layle. He's actually from a different type of Final Fantasy game called Final Fantasy, the Crystal Chronicles, the Crystal Bears, which is more action-adventure than it is RPG. But that's about the game. This is about me drawing the character. So first I'm going to go over the supplies you're going to need. First you're going to need a pencil with an eraser. And then if you like to do more fine detail on the drawing, you're going to need a lead pencil. And then you'll need some sort of paper source. I like to use sketchbook paper, but if that's too expensive, you can just go to the store and buy some of this cheap copy paper. And then to color my drawings, I like to use these colored pencils, and for this drawing specifically, I like to use this Sharpie. So, without further ado, let the drawing begin. So, I've got all my supplies ready and my source drawing, and I'm going to begin drawing the character of Layle. So, this character is a little bit different for me because of so much detail on him. So I think it'd just be best if I started off like the usual manner with the eyes, but it's going to be very vague. So I'm going to start my eyes right here. I'm going to move on and do the nose. Then based upon that, I can start drawing other things on here. Might have to reposition a few things every once in a while. It's good to start off with light sketch lines, so that way if you make a mistake, you can just erase it and move on. Let's start on the hair a little bit. Just the generals of it, though. So that's just the generals of the head. I've still got to work on it a bit, you know, because this is just the start off. So now I'm going to decide what pose I want the body to be in. I'm deciding I'm gonna do it like this. And see, this is just the general outline and stuff. Once again, I've got to work on the detail a lot, and that's what I'm getting ready to do. So I'm just going to get started on that right now. I'm going to start off near the top of the head by putting on the start of the coat. It's got a huge collar around it. I don't know, I suppose Layle must be cold all the time? I don't get it. You kind of have to make the coat a bit above the actual outline of Layle. That way it seems like it's just that puffy. Because it is. It's a very, very puffy coat. And then I'm going to go on down and continue with the details of the coat on the chest. Some sort of strap across it. And now I'm going to move on to the rest of the body, which includes the shirt and his backpack, which he has inside of his coat for some reason. Layle's pants are very, very tight, it seems, so they have to be just about as thin as his legs. Then at the bottom they finally start loosening up. And then I'll work on the detail of everything more now with my lead pencil. So I kind of want to start off at the top portion of Layle's body where the coat is, because there's a lot of detail on his coat. I think it's what brings out a lot of his character. Start here at the goggles, in which I'm going to add. And then the area around the collar seems to be textured by something. Not quite sure what it is, but it's got a lot of texture, so you gotta add that in. Inner shirt itself has a few wrinkles. And then I have to do a little bit more detail on the bag itself because it is very rough textured. So that'll take a while. And now I'm ready to move on down and do the detail of the pants, which also have a lot of texture. They seem really worn near the kneecaps. I gotta do the shoes, which are probably the simplest part of drawing Layle. Now I'm going to move on back up to the head of Layle, and I'm going to complete the detail there. And then I'm going to be ready to finish the drawing. And here is the drawing without any color added onto it. I'm going to begin picking out all my colors, because there are a lot of colors on here, but most of them are various shades of yellow. And now I'm going to begin coloring Layle. First off, I think I'm going to lay down a simple yellow color for all the yellow parts of Layle's entirety, which would include the goggles, the hair, the trim on the coat, just all the yellow things you see. Just lay down a base coat yellow, which is just a simple yellow. Now I'm going to go back and over most of the yellows with a goldish color of the yellow. This has added a bunch more color to it, but I am still not done yet. For the darkest portions of the yellow, like where the shading has just totally darkened the yellow, you take a very dark yellowish color and color towards the shading. And I'm going to decide where I want my light to be right now, thinking I'll have my light be back here, pointing this way. So that means all the shadows are going to be on this side, while the lighter portions are on this side. Now it's time to darken all the colors with a finality, with a gray. Then I've got a couple of blue parts in here. That's too bright for this picture, so I'm going to dull it down with gray. That's all I'm going to do on that part. Now what I was planning Layle to be doing in this picture was to be using his actual crystal bear powers. You might need to add in a few different shades of blue to get the correct color. Now I'm going to do out a really quick background and sketch background and stuff because it's fairly actiony. And here is my finished drawing of Layle from Final Fantasy. This is my actual first time drawing Layle, and I wasn't really disappointed by it. You guys should let me know what you think of my drawing down in the comment section below, and also throw in ideas for characters and stuff because I just might include them in the next sets. So you guys should subscribe so you don't miss any of the other drawing videos coming up. And you should also favorite this video, give it a thumbs up, or thumbs down, I guess it's your opinion. And then just check out some of my other drawing videos I already have uploaded, and stay tuned for more videos, and it'll be great. So yeah, just go do that, and here's a couple of links to check out some more drawings and videos, and that's all I've got to say, so goodbye.
Subscribe.